I'll start recording. Chapter 4 is also your self-study. Self-study means you have to study the chapter by yourself, but still anyhow I'll just give some hint, some idea what you need to do it in the chapter 4. Okay, the chapter 4 is all about the preventive maintenance and troubleshooting. What is this preventive maintenance and troubleshooting? For example, you are not feeling well. What you will do? You need to go to doctor will do some test. He will check what is the problem, you will write some test, and then after that you will do the test and you will take the medicine. Doctor will write the medicines and he will write all your history in the computer, everything. Whenever you want, you can do it. Okay, so what is meant by preventive maintenance is something for, because we are working with hardware, we do the preventive maintenance for our car. Why we do the car service every 3 months or every 4 months or every 2 months? Why we change the oil? Why we check the tire pressure? Why we check the fuel? Everything we are doing some maintenance. If we have some garden in our home, if we have the kitchen in our home, something we are doing some maintenance work. Even for our building, we do the maintenance work. Okay, so whether the lift is working fine or not, even if it is working fine, we do some cleaning. Okay, so that is called as preventive maintenance for the long run of your any computer component, for long run of any computer component. Okay, and troubleshooting means if there is any problem for your computer, for your hardware. Okay, for a computer or for your hardware, so if any problem comes, you have to troubleshoot. You have to find out what is the problem and what is the solution. That is called as troubleshooting. Trouble means problem, shooting means you are overcome the problem. Troubleshooting. So that's all about your chapter 4. It is preventive maintenance, it is troubleshooting process. So you know what is meant by preventive maintenance and what is the benefits of preventive maintenance is, see for example, main thing is your computer usage will have so much, you will want to increase the life of your computer component. Okay, if it is dusty such as construction sites, you have to prevent it. See the dust here on the computer, everything you need to clean it. While when you are using this inside, how to, you need to put the cable. Most important things, you need to make the checklist for your dust and includes your CPU, heatsink, RAM, storage device, adapter cards, cables, power devices, keyboards and mouse. Even in our keyboard and mouse also we may have some dust, so you need to clean every now and then. Okay, not only with the hardware, we have to do with the software also. We have some software preventive maintenance also, like you are updating your software, like you are updating your operating system, you are removing the unwanted program, you are installing some what is needed. Okay, you are scanning your hard disk, everything you are doing it. So you include your antivirus, that is called as preventive maintenance. You are doing both for your hardware as well as for your software also. Preventive maintenance is there. Next one, this one is your troubleshooting process. What is this troubleshooting process? Troubleshooting means what? As I told you, if you have any problem, what are the steps you need to take to solve that problem? That is called as troubleshooting process. Okay, so troubleshooting requires an organized and logical approach to problems with computer and other components. Troubleshooting is a skill refined over time. So you need to identify the problem. Maybe you may not identify the problem for the first time. Second time you may become expert. Okay, this 6 steps is very very important. The first step is identify the problem, establish a theory of probable cause, test the theory to determine the cause, establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. What is this identify the problem? What is this establish a probable cause? Theory to determine the cause, establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. Verify the full functionality system, if applicable, implement preventive maintenance. Document finding, actions and outcomes. So for example, if we are not feeling well, first thing we are going to the doctor. Okay, so we are not able to identify the reasons why I'm not feeling well, why I'm getting sick. So what the doctor will do, first doctor, he will try to identify the problem. What is your problem, why you are feeling sick? Then you will check out, before you will check out what is the probable cause, what is the reason. You are falling sick because you are not eating, or you are not sleeping, or you don't have energy. Like that, you will check the probable cause. See, the computer is not working. Is it because of hardware, or is it because of motherboard, or is it because of your processor? Like that, you will check. Test the theory to determine the cause. You need to find out the exact problem. What is the problem is, and then after finding the problem, after doing all these steps and all, you need to establish a plan of action. For example, now you identify the motherboard problem, then you need to change your motherboard, or you identify the problem with your RAM, then you need to change your RAM and implement the solution, whether you want to change or you want to upgrade. After replacing, you are verifying the full system functionality. What is meant by verify? See, we are opening the computer component. Sometimes when we open, we may forget to put the plug, or to give the power for your hard disk. We may forget. Okay, so but I am doing the problem for RAM. When I remove the plug for your hard disk, sometime if I removed or it is loose, then the hard disk will not work. So what you are doing is, you are checking the full functionality of your system. Even though the problem is for RAM, it is not only for RAM, it is for your full functionality of a system. See, after 1 week, the doctor will ask you to come again. Why? Because you want to check whether you are very perfect, or if there is something problem, some other problem, like that. Okay. And then final step is document finding action outcomes. So document finding actions and outcomes. What is this document finding actions and outcome is, whatever the steps which you have taken, we need to make record of it. So today, what happened? My RAM problem. Why RAM problem? If I make note of it, or the technician is making note of it, so it will be easy for that particular technician. For if the same problem, or if the same PC creates a problem for the next time. Okay. So you when you go for the doctor also, it is the same thing. Okay, so they keep track of all your records. So when you have visited, what are the tests you have done, what are the tablets you are taking. So if you go after 1 month, after 1 year also, they have my record. If I go to Badar Alsama and ask my record for last 3 years, when I visited, what is my problem, what are the tests I have taken, what is the medicine I buy, all the records they can give it. So why? Because to keep track of the informations about the components. Okay, so what are the 6 steps in troubleshooting process? What are the important steps in troubleshooting process? What is the first step? What is the first step, dear? Come on, tell me, what is the first step? What happened? All okay. Identify the problem. Second step is establish a theory of probable cause. Third step is test the theory to determine the cause. Fourth step is establish a plan of action to resolve the problem and implement the solution. Fifth step is verify the full system functionality and if applicable, implement preventive measure. And sixth step is document finding actions and outcomes. Okay, dear. So these 6 steps are very, very important. And this one, identify the problem. First one, for identifying the problem, what are the things you need to do it? But just make sure, no need to study, but for any problem if it comes, you need to write the steps how you are identifying. I'll tell you. Establish a theory of probable cause. For that, you need to switch off your device. You have to check for any loose connections, or whether any non-bootable disk is there, or is there any boot order in BIOS setup, incorrect boot order in the BIOS setup. See, all these things just you have to go through. But these 6 steps is very important here. Just go through the first 6 steps. These 6 steps is applicable for all the problem, whether it is motherboard problem, or keyboard problem, or RAM problem, anything. You need to identify the problem, and you need to document finding. So in the exam, sometime they may ask you which is first step, which is second step, which is third step, which is fourth step, which is fifth step, which is sixth step. I should go in order. I should go in order. Can I do the sixth step at the first? Without identifying the problem, can I record the details? Is it possible for me to record the details? No, it is not possible. So always the first step is identify the problem. Second step is establish a theory of probable cause. Third step is test the theory to determine the cause. Okay, fine dear. Do you understand what I'm telling? Next, this is also important. They may give some, dear, this is very important. What is the common problem and solution? Here this is called as troubleshooting. You may get some questions in exam also. What is troubleshooting? If there is motherboard problem, what you need to do? If there is storage problem, what we need to do? If there is power supply problem, what you need to do it? If there is CPU problem, what you need to do it? If it is a display problem, what you need to do it? See here, common problems and solutions for what? Storage. So these are the problem. If I select this one, what is the solutions? What is the possible cause and what is the possible solution? For example, the problem I have selected is the computer does not recognize a storage device. That means what? The computer is not recognizing, your hard disk is not visible. What is the problem for that one, or what is the cause for that one, or what is the reason for that one? The power cable is loose, or the data cable is loose, or the jumpers are set incorrectly, or the storage device is failed, or the BIOS setting is incorrect. These are the possible reason for this one. Next one, see here, what is the solutions I want to give? You know what is the problem? I want to give the solution. Secure the power cable, secure the data cable, reset the jumper, replace the storage devices. For almost all this one, if you have this optical disc, this is the cause and this is the solution. Okay dear? Yes or no? See, if there is a problem, the computer is not turned on. What is the cause or what is the reason? There is no AC power, or the power is not plugged, AC outlet is faulty, or the power cord is faulty, or the power button is not connected correctly, the power supply has failed. Solution, you have to put the plug fire, everything correct order. Okay, for example, the computer will not boot or it is lock up. What you need to do? What is the problem for this? If you have the CPU, what is the problem and what is the solutions? Similarly, the display has power but no image of the screen. What is the reason? So you need to find out what is the problem, what is the probable cause, and what is the solution. Sometimes they may ask the questions from this also. Okay, dear, understand? This you need to do the self study. What are the common problems? Because this troubleshooting process is important. For troubleshooting process, what are the 6 steps? And then commonly what are the problems will come, and what is the probable cause, and what is the solutions which you need to give. These are some sample, these are some examples. You may get the questions from this also. Okay, fine, I'll stop now. So this chapter 4 is over. Next class I will take the chapter 5. Okay dear, thank you. You can leave the meeting. Thank you for attending the quiz. You have any doubt? Mhm. Okay, thank you dear. See you all next class.
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Can I leave?